We are Venom.
Yes, welcome. Yes, Frozy. There he is. McFrozen here, coming to you with another video. And tonight, as you can probably tell with that probably super cringy intro, I am reviewing the highly anticipated Marvel Legends figure of the movie version of Venom. And the reason why it's so dark is obviously because I'm filming this at nighttime. And hey, this is basically like one of the best times that you could probably find Venom lurking out there, trying to hunt down Carnage and whatnot, because I am going to be posting this on October 1st. It is currently September 25th? Yeah, the 25th. And Venom Let There Be Carnage comes out next week, but as I'm recording this, but as I upload this, that it'll already be officially out. So yeah. As usual, let's look at the packaging first, and we'll get into the figure and his articulation along with his details. And here is the packaging for Venom. Obviously, all black packaging with the Venom logo right there. A little bit of the symbiote down there. Marvel Legends logo at the top. Venom logo at the top. And the promotional art for Venom on either side. Then on the back we have the actual product shot of the figure. Right there at the top it says, failed reporter Eddie Brock is hijacked by an alien entity that takes a liking to Earth and decides to protect it. Basically a short bio of how Venom kind of realizes that he shouldn't try to destroy Earth, but rather protect it instead of that. Short description for the original movie. Definitely excited for the sequel. Hope to see it very soon. And yeah. So yeah, obviously, super happy to have this figure, especially considering the fact that Venom Let There Be Carnage is finally out. Though, again, as I'm recording this, it is September 26th. Well, the intro anyway. But this part and me showing the packaging was basically September 29th. Got cut short again at the beginning. So I had to wait, and I wanted to find a chance to get to finishing this. And finally today, I had a shot. So yeah, obviously, as you can see, this figure looks amazing. He looks badass. Just gonna give you a little 360 here. I do have him sporting the fisted hands, which he comes with loose in the package, as well as the rather calm, sort of normal smiling, grinning head. That also comes loose in the package. This is actually my 6th Marvel Legends figure after Black Widow, which I think will be going up before this. I don't know. I haven't filmed the review for that chick yet. But obviously, one of the main things another reason why I wanted to get this, not just because of Venom 2, but also because this guy right here. And obviously, I will get to the comparisons between Venom and Spider-Man, as well as some of my other figures a little bit later on. But first, let's look at some of the accessories. Now, in the package, he actually comes with this head, the open-mouthed head with the tongue coming out, as well as a pair of open grabbing hands. And like I said earlier, he also comes with a pair of fists, which are obviously nicely painted, as I just dropped one. And like I showed you earlier as well, the closed mouth head, which also looks really good. Now, originally, when I first got him, the paint apps for his mouth and the teeth were not really the best. So what I did is I actually kind of repainted them a little bit. Especially, I did this one first, actually. Now, I know this one's still not too great, but I think it's kind of an improvement over earlier, or how it originally looked. I actually made his gums look a little bit more red, and I made corrected some imperfections in the teeth. And I obviously did the same thing on this head. This one's actually a little bit easier, mainly because of the fact that his mouth is obviously wide open. And I even did get his teeth right under the tongue, too. And if you want to possibly try this yourself, you don't have to worry about it possibly breaking off the tongue. Just don't push it up too hard, because it is really strong in there. Now, obviously, I did leave the tongue the same pink color that I initially had when I first got it, just simply to differentiate from the rest of the inside of his mouth. Actually, yeah, you can see right there, I did paint the inside of his mouth there. I didn't do anything with the eyes, though I'm thinking about possibly doing that after I review this. And maybe adding in some extra tendrils right here on both heads. Just sculpting that in to make him look just a little more movie accurate. But yeah, definitely a really good looking figure. Even better if you customize it and sort of correct some of the mistakes that Hasbro kind of did. I might actually also sort of repaint some of the veins up here on his chest and add a little bit more length to them. Now, obviously, as he's rather top heavy and really lanky, it can be a little tricky to get him to stand properly. So right now, I actually got him to stand perfectly. Oh, I didn't see it on the camera, but in case you saw it, he just moved a little bit. Because, yeah, he's a little bit off balance. That's mainly because of his feet. Obviously, he can look down a little bit and then look up. And he can move the head from side to side. And it's the case for both heads. He's got ratcheting shoulders right here. They go up and down. He's got double jointed elbows. Articulated wrists. They can move up and down as well and swivel. And this I actually initially did not expect when I first saw him. He actually has both a ball joint upper torso and an ab crunch. This is actually the first time that I've gotten a Marvel Legends figure that actually has both, because usually it's either one of the two. Like, for example, with Captain Marvel, she only has the ball joint upper torso. And then for Spider-Man, he has the ab crunch. The only other two figures I actually have that have the ab crunch, or the only other figure that I have that has the ab crunch, is Worthy Captain America from Avengers Endgame. And then the ball joint upper torso is also sort of used by Black Widow and Iron Man. So again, to actually have both is actually pretty cool. Now, granted, it's only one, but that was also kind of the case with Worthy Cap, so not really that big of a deal, but it's still pretty cool. Anyway, thigh swivel. You can kick his legs up pretty high. Go back a little bit. Obviously, he's also got double jointed elbows, and as a reference to the Foosh. Boink! He can kick his ass a little bit. And he's got foot articulation, and he's got the rocker pivot for his ankle. Yeah, obviously, definitely one of my all-time favorite Marvel Legends figures, even though considering he's mainly an all-black figure. Now let's see some size comparisons to some of my other figures. I'll just start in, like, the order that I kind of got them. Kind of. And I'll start with Worthy Captain America. He's actually pretty... yeah, you can see he's tall. Venom's pretty tall. Like, holy crap. This is currently the biggest Marvel Legends figure I currently own to date. Like, no questions asked. Hopefully I can get Thanos, and maybe I can compare his size to Venom's. And then, next up is Captain Marvel. Obviously, this is the original one from 2019. I hope to get the new one from the Infinity Saga line in the Amazon exclusive 2-pack with Rescue. And if you see my post on Divine Art, you'll see that I kind of made a funny little shot where Venom's holding Captain Marvel over his head, and I basically am saying, "Strongest Avenger, my ass," as a reference to all those shills and whatnot trying to defend Captain Marvel and say that she's the strongest Avenger, even stronger than, like, Thor or Scarlet Witch, when clearly Scarlet Witch basically dwarfed her in power, because she literally almost killed Thanos. And now the recent episode of What If, actually, one of the most recent episodes of What If, actually saw Thor beat Captain Marvel a few times. And also, for laughs and giggles, I even had Spider-Man, like, right in the front, kind of making it look like he's actually taking a selfie of himself in front of everything happening. Now, obviously, it's just simply to piss off some of the Brie Larson bots online, especially the ones that are attacking people like Mecha Random 42. Shout out to her, by the way. Go check her out and give her some give her some love, and subscribe to her channel. And actually, also too, Captain Marvel also actually does kind of wear the symbiote a few times in the comics, from what I know. So, and I've said this numerous times, I would love if Brie Larson's Captain Marvel were to get a black suit in the Marvels. I would love to see her do this dance. Like, look at this. Captain Marvel doing the emo Peter Parker dance from Spider-Man 3. Yeah, I know, that would probably piss off quite a few people, because that would essentially be Bree's Carol Danvers ripping off of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and obviously he's the GOAT. But I would just honestly find it hilarious. I just keep imagining that. I even tweeted to Brie Larson a few times saying, if you get a black suit in the Marvels as Captain Marvel, you should do the emo Peter Parker dance from Spider-Man 3. If you do that, I will just crack up to no end. It'll basically be like the spirit of Tobey Maguire can even live in you, Brie. Yeah, that's just something I wanted to show off really quick. Because it's just something I would love to maybe see it happen at some point. Anyway, yeah, here's Spider-Man. Not time for you just yet. Now for the Iron Man Mark 85. He was actually originally the bulkiest figure. Though he was kind of tied with Captain America, but I think Iron Man kind of beats him out a little bit. But he was previously the bulkiest figure I have, but now Venom puts him to shame. No offense, Tony. And obviously even Iron Man's shorter than Venom, for obvious reasons. And then now for Black Widow. yeah, this is the version I got from her solo movie. Hopefully, and again, I don't know if I did the review yet. I don't know if I am gonna do it afterwards. I don't know. I'm filming this prior to possibly filming the review. So yeah, if this is before the review, consider this a little sneak peek. But if it's gonna be after the review, then obviously you've already seen all the details. And obviously and then the most obvious one, and this is the one that everyone always has next to Venom ever since he came out. There he is next to Tom Holland's Spider-Man, because obviously it just looks cool. And this obviously, again, this is the upgraded suit from Spider-Man Far From Home. Obviously, we are going to be getting a sort of a reissue for Spider-Man No Way Home of this suit for Walmart as an exclusive, with the unmasked Peter Parker head from the Avengers Infinity War, Iron Man Mark 50, and Iron Spider 2-pack. And then we're also going to get some webbing, which was presumably originally going to be for this figure, considering the fact that he has gripping hands. And Sheffertron even mentioned this in his initial review of this, and maybe they were going to include some webbing to go along with him, but they kind of canceled that. And so maybe they're actually going to be rectifying that and adding it with the reissue of this for No Way Home. So yeah, I definitely hope to get as much No Way Home merchandise as I possibly can, because obviously it's Spider-Man. I want to see this movie. I want to see how the multiverse can tie into this. And of course, I want to see Tobey Maguire again. I want to see Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man again. And fingers crossed, it'll honor the legacy characters. Fingers crossed. I am super excited, but I'm still cautiously optimistic for it. Venom Let There Be Carnage, though, I'm definitely super excited for that. So yeah, that is it for my review of the Marvel Legends movie Venom figure. Definitely excited to see the new movie. Obviously, he is definitely one of the best Marvel Legends figures I've ever seen in basically ever, to be honest. Hoping we'll get some more figures from the sequel, maybe even some figures from the first movie, like maybe Riot and Carlton Drake. We could possibly even get movie figures of Eddie Brock. We could get Cletus Cassidy. We could get Carnage. We could get Shriek. You name it. Anything's possible here, because obviously we know Hasbro has the license, and there's rumors and possibilities that we may see this tie into the MCU through the multiverse. It's just an exciting time to be a Venom fan and a Spider-Man fan, man. So yeah, as usual, social media links are in the description below. Drop a like if you enjoyed this, and I definitely am looking forward to doing some more Marvel Legends reviews coming soon. Got a really damn good one that I'm really... There's one in particular that I'm definitely really excited to do, but I want to kind of get the necessary components that I need for the video, like for the comparisons and whatnot. So yeah, as usual, love all you Frozzies to death, and of course don't forget to keep it rigid.